Since the dawn of time, humanity has been obsessed with deciphering the unknown, especially what the future holds in its vast and enigmatic horizon. This desire to know what lies ahead, a mix of curiosity, hope, and fear, has given rise to iconic figures throughout history, those who dared to look beyond the veil of the present. Among them, one stands out for his mysticism and enduring legacy: Michel de Nostradamus, known worldwide as Nostradamus. His name evokes images of cryptic prophecies, astonishing events, and an almost supernatural connection with the unfolding of centuries. What is it that makes his words, more than 450 years later, still resonate so strongly in the hearts of millions? Perhaps it is because his ability to predict the improbable seems to surpass the limits of logic and reason. First, write this decree in the comments. I decree a miracle of prosperity in my life. I am worthy, I accept and receive with gratitude all the blessings the universe has for me. Nostradamus, a physician, astrologer, and seer of the 16th century, left the world a literary treasure full of mystery: his famous quatrains. These verses, written in symbolic and deeply metaphorical language, have been the subject of study, controversy, and debate over the years. In them, some have found precise predictions of events such as the French Revolution, the World Wars, and even the 11th of September attacks. Others, however, dismiss these connections as mere coincidences or forced interpretations. But what cannot be denied is the impact of his legacy, a phenomenon that transcends generations and cultures, continuing to inspire awe and admiration. Today, more than ever, his writings seem to take on a new meaning. The year 2025, marked on the calendar by astrologers, mystics, and even scientists as a period of great change, has renewed interest in Nostradamus's words. The quatrains that many have linked to this year evoke images of transformation, chaos, and rebirth. Some speak of a leader who will fall, others of unexpected alliances that will arise, and still others of natural disasters or cosmic events that will challenge our perception of reality. But how much truth is there in these interpretations? Can we truly decipher the future through the eyes of a man who lived centuries ago? Nostradamus's prophecies are not simple linear predictions. They are carefully constructed puzzles that require deep analysis to be understood. Each verse is imbued with historical references, mythology, and symbolism that, in many cases, seems deliberately ambiguous. This ambiguity is perhaps the key to his lasting relevance. His defenders claim that his cryptic style allowed him to evade censorship and survive the passage of time, making his words eternally adaptable to the changes of the world. On the other hand, skeptics argue that this same ambiguity is what enables multiple interpretations and misreadings, fueling an endless cycle of speculation. However, what remains undeniable is the eerie connection some have found between his words and present events. For 2025, one of the most fascinating interpretations refers to the collapse of a great leader. Nostradamus writes about a powerful figure who will fall, giving way to a new era. This has led some to speculate about the end of dominant political regimes or drastic shifts in the global balance of power. In a world where geopolitical and economic tensions are on the brink of explosion, this prediction does not seem so far-fetched. Could 2025 witness a paradigm shift in how nations interact and govern themselves? But Nostradamus's predictions are not limited to political matters. One particular quatrain, which mentions the sky ablaze like fire, has been interpreted as a reference to natural disasters or cosmic events of apocalyptic proportions. Some associate it with climate change, while others believe it could be a solar storm of devastating magnitude. Modern science has already warned about the risks of extreme solar phenomena that could disrupt global communications and destabilize entire systems. If Nostradamus truly foresaw something like this in the 16th century, his vision is not only astonishing, but also alarmingly relevant. Moreover, his words about times of great trials seem to resonate with today's uncertainty. Pandemics, natural disasters, social tensions, and technological advances that transform our way of life are just some of the challenges we face. For many, 2025 represents a crossroads, a moment when humanity must decide its course. Nostradamus, with his enigmatic and timeless style, seems to have left us a mirror in which we can reflect our anxieties and hopes. And while we may never know for certain whether his predictions are true visions of the future or simply the result of literary genius, what we do know is that his words invite us to reflect on who we are and where we are going. The fascination with Nostradamus is not only due to his ability to predict, but also to how his texts force us to confront the realities of the present. His legacy is a reminder that, although the future will always be uncertain, the way we interpret it can have a profound impact on our decisions. In an increasingly chaotic world, his quatrains offer us a mix of warning and hope, challenging us to prepare for the unexpected and to find meaning even in the midst of chaos. What does 2025 hold for us? Only time will tell. But in the meantime, Nostradamus' words will continue to be a beacon of mystery and possibility. However, amidst the enigma and shadows surrounding Nostradamus' prophecies, not everything points toward devastation or absolute chaos. For many interpreters, his writings are not just a reflection of humanity's deepest fears, but also of its infinite capacity to dream of a better tomorrow. Within Nostradamus' words, there are references that some believe foretell positive advancement zones that could redefine human existence and lead us toward a future full of possibilities. One of his most cited phrases, "A man will fly without wings, crossing the skies like a bird," has been interpreted as a prophetic vision of technological progress in aviation and space exploration. In an era where the boundaries between science and fiction seem to blur faster than ever, these words offer a glimpse of hope, reminding us that even in the darkest times, human ingenuity has the power to transform the world. We live in a historic moment where technological advances are not only changing how we live, but are redefining what it means to be human. From Mars exploration and ambitious projects to colonize other planets, to the development of artificial intelligence, promising to solve some of civilization's most complex problems, the pace of progress seems unstoppable. Some see these achievements as the fulfillment of Nostradamus' visions, a confirmation that his insight transcended the barriers of his time to touch the deepest fibers of what we could become. Perhaps his message is not so much a proclamation of a predetermined future, but rather a reminder of our ability to overcome the impossible and build a brighter tomorrow. But here arises a crucial question. What do we do with these prophecies? Do we interpret them as warnings to be taken seriously, as a map guiding us through the uncertain path of the future? Or do we simply dismiss them as clever coincidences from a man who knew how to play with words and symbolism? This question has no single answer, and perhaps that is precisely the point. For some, Nostradamus is a visionary whose wisdom remains relevant in modern times. For others, he is merely a brilliant writer whose works reflect the universal concerns and aspirations of any era. The way we choose to interpret his quatrains says as much about us as it does about him. Despite the divisions between believers and skeptics, one thing cannot be denied. Nostradamus' predictions have left an indelible mark on humanity's collective imagination. In a world filled with uncertainty, where crises seem to multiply at a dizzying speed, his words offer a point of reflection, a mirror in which we can see both our deepest fears and our most ambitious hopes. The year 2025, highlighted by many as a moment of great transformation, might be significant, not because of Nostradamus' prophecies themselves, but because it reflects our need to find meaning amid chaos. His name, his visions, and his warnings become a catalyst for us to analyze the choices we are making as a civilization. Perhaps the most important lesson we can take from Nostradamus' prophecies does not lie in their accuracy, but in their ability to make us think about the present and the impact our actions have on the future. He challenges us to look beyond appearances, to question our own decisions, and to reflect on the long-term consequences of our choices as individuals and as a society. In a world where information is abundant but wisdom is scarce, this ability to think critically is more valuable than ever. Maybe Nostradamus did not intend to give us definitive answers, but rather to awaken in us the ability to find our own. Thus, as we approach the much-anticipated 2025, the most powerful message we can receive might not be in the writings of a 16th century man, but in the questions they force us to ask. What kind of world do we want to build for future generations? Are we using technological advancements for the greater good, or are we allowing them to exacerbate inequalities? Are we heeding the warnings of the past, not just from prophets like Nostradamus, but from today's scientists, historians, and leaders? These questions have no easy answers, but facing them with honesty could be the first step toward meaningful change. At the end of the day, humanity's destiny is not set in stone, and that is our greatest strength. Prophecies can serve as reminders of the challenges we might face, but they are also opportunities to redefine our course. Every choice we make, no matter how small, contributes to the larger mosaic of our collective existence. Do we choose fear or hope? Inaction or commitment? History has shown us time and time again that even in the darkest moments, humanity has the ability to rise, to learn, and to build a better future. In this sense, the true message from the heavens is not an inevitable sentence, but an invitation to take control of our destiny. Nostradamus may have glimpsed fragments of tomorrow, but the full picture has always been in our hands. In this crucial moment, where every decision matters, it is our responsibility to ensure that future generations inherit a world full of possibilities, rather than one consumed by chaos. Prophecies, no matter how enigmatic, do not have the power to dictate our future. That power, as always, resides within us.